Saving for a child's education can feel like a huge mountain to climb, right? But what if I told you there's a tool out there that not only makes it easier, but the government actually helps you by adding free money to it? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the Registered Education Savings Plan, or RSEP. Let's jump in. All right, so here's our game plan for today. First, we'll break down what an RASP actually is. Then we'll meet the key players involved. After that, we'll follow the money and see how it all works. We'll also touch on the rules for who can open and contribute to a plan. And finally, we'll cover the super important timelines you've got to know. Okay, let's start at square one. What exactly is a Registered Education Savings Plan? So the first thing you have to get is that an RSP isn't just another savings account. It's actually a formal contract. And its whole purpose, its one and only mission, is to help pay for post-secondary education. And listen, that term is really broad. We're talking everything from trade schools and CJEPs to colleges and universities. It's super flexible. Now, to really wrap your head around how this contract works, you need to meet the three main characters in the story of every single RSEP. First up, you've got the subscriber. Think of this person as the captain of the ship. They're the one who gets the ball rolling. They open the plan, they name the person who the money is for, and they're the ones who make the contributions. This could be a parent, a grandparent, really anyone who wants to help a child save for their future.
Next, of course, is the beneficiary. This is the whole reason the plan exists. The beneficiary is that future student, the person who will one day use all these saved up funds to pay for their tuition, their books, and, all the other costs that come with higher education.
And rounding out our trio is the promoter. Now, this might sound a bit formal, but it's really simple. Just think of the promoter as the financial institution, like your bank or a credit union. They're the ones who manage the plan, invest the money, and make sure everything is paid out correctly when the time comes. So you can see how it all fits together, right? It's like a three-person team with really clear jobs. The subscriber puts the money in, the promoter takes that money and helps it grow, and the beneficiary is the one who ultimately gets to use it for school. It's a simple idea, but it's incredibly powerful. Okay, so we've met the team. Now for the fun part, let's follow the money. Where does it come from? How does it grow? And how does it end up in the student's hands? The money in an RSP goes on a really cool four-step journey. Step 1, it all starts with the subscriber making contributions. Step 2, and this is the magic part, the government actually kicks in extra money through grants. Yes, free money. Step 3, the promoter invests all of it. And here's the kicker, it all grows tax-free. And finally, step 4, the beneficiary starts getting payments to help pay for their education. Okay, this next part is super important, especially when it comes to taxes, so listen up. The money you put in as contributions, that comes back to you, the subscriber, completely tax-free. But the rest of the money, the growth from investments and those government grants, that gets paid to the student in what's called Educational Assistance Payments, or EAPs. Now, that money is taxable, but it's taxed as the student's income. And the beauty of that is, since most students have very little income, they often pay little to no tax on it. It's a huge win. All right, so who can actually start one of these things? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of the rules for subscribers. Who's eligible to take on that role? So getting started as the first original subscriber is pretty straightforward. Pretty much anyone can do it. But what happens if someone needs to take over an existing plan? Well, the rules get a bit more specific. This usually happens during major life events, like if the original subscriber passes away, or maybe as part of a separation or divorce. These rules are just there to make sure the plan can be transferred smoothly when life happens. Last but definitely not least, let's talk about the clock. An RSP is a long-term plan, and there are two numbers, two deadlines that are absolutely critical to have burned into your brain. First up, the number 31. Think of this as the end of the savings runway. For most plans, once you hit the 31-year mark from when the plan was opened, you can't make any more contributions. It's a clear signal that the savings phase is officially over. And then there's the big one, 35. This is the absolute final buzzer. The RSSB has to be completely wrapped up and closed down by the end of its 35th year. It's not designed to last forever. It has a set lifespan. So when you put it all together, what do you have? An RSP is so much more than just a place to stash cash. It's a true partnership. You put in your part, the government chips in to give it a boost, and a financial promoter manages it all.
It's a team effort, all focused on one thing, helping a child achieve their dreams.
So I want to leave you with this thought. Now that you see how it all works, the team, the free money, the tax-free growth, who in your life could you give this incredible head start to? That's the real power of an RESP. Thanks for tuning in.